of you have requested for recording, please get to your leaders in your various groups to get your copy of the recording. We're going to send it after this session. Today's session, I want to speak about, I think the previous sessions, we've been speaking about how to use products, how to retail, how to show the business and follow up, and then how to use a business system. And then the last week we talked about the power of your story, how to tell your story, so that, because one of the most effective, compelling ways to get people to see the business is to learn to tell your story. Today I want to discuss with you about the basics. If you are new in the business, if you've been there for 2 weeks, if you've been there for 1 month, if you've been there for a year, 2 years, 10 years, 20, all of us do the basics of our business so that we can grow the business. So I'm going to spend the next about 25 minutes explain what the basics of our business is. All right. What is really our business? Our business is a very simple idea. If you go to whatever market you're in, whatever country you're in, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria, Southern Africa, wherever you are, every month, at the end of every month, you have a budget. You're going to buy products for your home use. You will buy cleaning products, you will buy skincare, you will buy supplements, you will buy things you need to use at home. So, what does Neolife do? Neolife produces very high quality products so that, I think about a week ago, I was speaking to some friends of mine and I was telling them some of the cleaning products we use in our home have got hormone disruptors. It means if you use those products, some of it percolates through your skin and they disrupt your hormones, and that is not good for your health. So Neolife makes first-class products to prevent those problems. So what is the goal of our business? The goal of our business is to build a large group of people who use and promote products. That is really the goal of our business. In this example, for example, this month, this is May. May, you introduce 2 people to be product users. Okay? And those 2 people introduced 2 each. At the end of the month, you will have, at the end of the second month, you'll be 4 people. The end of, let's say at the beginning, this is the end of May, you'll introduce 2. The end of June, you'll introduce 2 more, introduce 2, you'll be 4 people. At the end of July, 4 people introduce 2 each, you'll have 8. At the end of August, each of those 8 people introduce 2, you'll have 16 people. That is in total, the total number of people in your team is 30. But supposing you introduce 3 people every month, if you repeat the same process, the figure is 65 people. If you introduce 5 people each month, after 4 months, the figure is 625 people. That is how quickly our business can grow. So our goal is to build a large group of people who use the first-class products. So how do we do this? The basics of our business. If you look at any business presentation, you will always see the basic thing you do every day. It's called the 3 daily success habits. The key word is daily 2 success habits. Habits is something you do on a continuous basis, and that's what makes you grow your business. So what are the 3 basics of our business? The first one is using the products. You need to use the products yourself for the very simple reason you're supporting your own business. Number 2, the people you're speaking to about the products want to know that you also believe in what you're recommending. Betty and I have been using this product since 1996 on the 19th of March, because that's when we started the business. We've been using these products every single day. When we want to buy products to clean our kitchen, bathroom, toilet tiles, we use LDC. If we've got something that has got stains that we need to heavy duty cleaning, we use Super 10. When I want to shave, I use LDC. If I want to take a bath or a shower, I use LDC. If I want to wash my car, I use wash and wax or LDC. So we use the products ourselves. Secondly, we use Tree and N. Why? Tree and N is the foundation of nutrition in our business. Tree and N is the foundation of any health supplementation. What does Tree and N do? Tree and N helps your cells to absorb nutrients efficiently. So Tree and N enhances your energy level. It improves cellular efficiency. It optimizes the overall growth and development, optimizes cell membrane. So Tree and N is the basic foundation of nutrition. That is why in the starter kits that has supplements, the Tree and N or the Pro Vitality, there's always Tree and N in it. So use the products. Skincare products. Think about the skincare products. Look at your skin. Do you need to rejuvenate your skin? Nutrients products, rejuvenating rich cream, will reduce your wrinkles by 38% in 4 weeks. So these products are excellent. They're very good products. So the first thing you need to do is use the product. And your goal is to reach 100 PV every month. Tree and N is 17 PV, 60 capsules. LDC is 10 PV, the 1 liter one. 1 liter Super 10 is also 10 PV. So you need to use the products, get 4 to 6 customers to buy from you, you reach 100 PV. Once you use the products, the next step is to share the business. What does that mean? It means introducing your neighbors, your friends, your relatives, people you know, or even people you didn't know, but you begin to develop a relationship and friendship, become part of your team. So share the products and share the business. And the third thing we do in our business is personal development. It simply means take time to learn new skills to be a better person. Learn how to talk to people. Learn how to manage stress. Learn how to do presentations. Learn how to explain the products to new people. Okay? Does it come quickly? No, it takes time, but they're very simple things. Just follow your guidelines, attend trainings like this one to learn about the business. Okay? So personal development. Now let's go to a little bit and look at the sponsoring process. When you say sponsoring process, we mean to share the business. Sponsoring is a process. Sponsoring means you introduce people to the business. Sponsoring doesn't mean you give them money to start. I think at one time I had a prospect who understood sponsoring means we pay money for them. No, that's not what we mean. Sponsoring is a technical term we use in our business when you recruit and introduce somebody in the business and you take responsibility for their success. It means, let me rephrase, you take responsibility to help them become successful, because success depends on them, but it depends on the guidance you give them. So a new distributor joins the business. What process do they go through to introduce somebody new in the business? Step number 1, they need to build a list of 200 people. Why 200? Because a number of those people they speak to may not be interested in the business. Okay, it's called the law of averages. Out of 200 people you talk to, maybe 20, maybe 30 people may be interested and actually have a look at the business. But remember something, if you're new in the business or you've been there for a long time, you don't need to sponsor 200 people to be successful. You need 6 to 8 very serious people to be very, very successful. That's what you need. What is a serious person? A serious person who commits themselves to be a director in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. That's a serious person. So step number 1, write a name list of 200 people. How do you write this list? 3 rules about name list building. Number 1, do not prejudge anybody. You never know who would join your business. Number 2, write their names down. Don't just say, okay, I remember so-and-so. Write their names down. A blunt pencil is always better than the sharpest memory. Write things down, okay? Number 3, take their names off that list. What does that mean? Talk to them. Invite them to see the presentation. That leads me to step number 2. invite people to see the presentation. There's a way you can invite people that makes it possible for them to have a look at the business. Very simple. Pick up the phone or send a message. Look, so and so, I am running a distribution business. Are you open to look at a way to earn additional income working part-time? If they say yes, either invite them for a presentation or send them a video or send them something they are going to look at to see how the business is done. They need to see the mechanics of the business. All right. So invite them for the presentation. You can do the one-on-one presentation or send them a tool to show the business, or invite them to a big meeting. And then that leads to step number 3, show them the business plan. How do you show them the business plan? Use a tool. A tool could be an event, a tool could be a video, a tool could be a magazine, a tool could be a product catalog. Those are things you need to use to explain the business or open the business idea to new faces. All right? So show the plan. And then after they have seen the business, do the follow-up. Follow-up simply means once your prospect has seen the business, ask them a very simple question. Did the business idea make sense? What did you like most about the business? Ask those questions so that you have an idea of they actually captured the idea of the business. The follow-up is important because it takes time to explain and tell your prospect what needs to be done to grow the business and succeed. So follow-up is very important. Follow-up is not only once, it's twice, 3 times, 4 times. It could take a month, it could take 6 months, it could take a year, 2 years, whatever it is. You need to follow up consistently with your prospect. Once they've said yes, they paid the money, then sign them up and take time to teach them how the business works. Train them. That means give them information to run the business. Help them to speak to their prospects. Why is that important? Because you are more experienced. New people don't know much about the business. They are depending on you to help them grow their business. Speak to their prospects on their behalf. If their prospects have questions, answer the questions on their behalf while they learn how to handle questions like that. Okay? Now, when Betty and I started the business, we were W. W is a sponsoring process. The process you go through to get a new person into the business. I would recommend all of you, both new and old, remember this W. It will help you to understand that sponsoring is a process, not an event. Sponsoring is a process. It takes time. Okay. Step number 1, we said write a list of people, 100 plus. I recommend 200, not just 100. All right. Prospect list. Then from the prospect list, invite people to look at the business. Daily, I would suggest 3 to 5. Minimum 2 people every day. Why? Because if you show the business to 2 people every day, at the end of the week, you'll have shown the business to 10 people. At the end of the month, you'll have shown the business to 40 people. Out of these people you've shown the business, 2 or 3 or 4 will join your business. If you sponsor 2 to 3 people every month, by the end of the year, you will at least be a director in the business. But it has to be consistent, right? So use a tool, a magazine, a video, the presentation, physical meeting, one-on-one. These are the tools that you need to use in your business. Then BOP simply means business opportunity presentation, where somebody experienced explains the business on your behalf. I want to talk to new people, the people who've just started the business, maybe this week, last 1 month, 2 months. If you want your business to go through the roof, if you want your business to grow very fast, if you want to increase your self-confidence, learn how to do the business opportunity presentation. Betty and I joined at the end of March 1996. And when I saw the concept, it really captivated my mind. It really captured my attention. I practiced explaining. I went to the first or two business presentations, and then I asked my sponsor, is there a format that we use to explain the business? He said, yeah, everything is standardized. So my sponsor, Johannes van Jeden, gave me an outline of how to explain the business. I went home and started memorizing how to explain. I memorized. I started practicing. I would ask Betty to sit, and then I would take an old calendar, turn the back, and explain the business step by step. Within 2 weeks, I was able to explain the business. Within a month, I was able to explain the business to a group of people. I think at the end of March is when we started. In May, we went to do a presentation in Swaziland. Now it's called Eswatini. It was on a Saturday, and our sponsor, Johannes van Eden, he was a training group leader. He told Pascal, you had better just go ahead, I will follow you. So we left Pretoria at 6 o'clock in the morning. We drove by, I think, 8:45. We were at the border between South Africa and Eswatini. Just before we crossed the border, Johannes called and says, Pascal, I'm not coming. I have a family issue to attend to. Now, between the border and the capital city, Mbabane, I think it's about 15 kilometers or 10, something like that. That was one of the longest journeys I'd ever undertaken. I was going to ask him, I said, what am I going to tell these people? I've never been in the business. I'm not even a manager in the business yet. How am I going to explain to this business? So we go to Mbabane. We went to the hotel where the meeting was. I think there are about 40 guests. And one of our downlines who just joined the business, I think a week after we had joined, Joshua and Dorcas Ouma, went to the podium and introduced me. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome a very successful distributor of business mason from Pretoria. Pascal OLOO is going to explain the business to you. I stood up, explained the business the way I had practiced. That meeting, 10 people signed up the business and paid on the spot. And that's how our business started moving very, very fast. Within 7 months, we were sapphire directors. Why? Because when you learn to explain the business, you gain confidence. So practice presenting the business. Then after the BOP, learn to do follow-up. In average, you will do 5 to 8 follow-ups before a distributor actually makes a decision. Once you've made the follow-up, they've decided, they've paid for the kit, then the whole process starts again with your new distributor. So remember, this is always a process. You sign up somebody, you get them started, you take their list, you help them go through the list, and help them invite prospects to look at the business, follow up for them, do presentation until they sign 2 or 3 people. You have not sponsored anybody until you've helped them sponsor at least 2 to 3 people. That's when you've sponsored somebody. Before that, you haven't. So it is a great responsibility. Then the next thing, very important thing about our business is momentum. Momentum is very important. Think about this. Some of you who have gone to the beach, sometimes there's a big wave coming to the beachfront. If you want to ride on the wave of that beach, you have to be at the seashore. The same thing is in our business. If you really want to gain from the momentum of the business growth, you need to be active. From what I am seeing, the signs of the business now in East Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria, and Southern Africa, I think the business is building momentum. So if you're new, take advantage. So building a large group of people, okay, using and promoting products. That is really what we do in our business. There has to be mental preparation. This business is simple, but it's not easy because you deal with people. Keep the business simple, simplicity. And then carve out a period of time where you really want to concentrate on the business. It could be 10 days, it could be 30 days, it could be 90 days. But this period you have chosen has to be very intense. Like if you're doing it part-time, speak to 2 people every day. If you're doing the business full-time, speak to 8 to 10 people every day, because that is what will build your momentum for your business growth. Then in groups of 4 to 6 people, have a meeting, have a plan, have a schedule. You get together and each person call 10 prospects a day. Will all of them listen to the business? No. But some of these 10 you call to, 2 or 3 are going to say, yes, I'm interested. Show them the business. And then you need to target an event, a very exciting event. What I would recommend for the people in East Africa, I think there's a very big event coming in June in Nairobi, and then another one in August. Get to your leader and find out when this event is going to be, and target to make a step before that event. All right? To finish up, I want to talk about friendship. And we talk about it a lot of time. Why is this important? Because remember, the glue that keeps your team together is friendship. When people join this business, they realize that this business is very unique because we truly care about the people we bring into the business. We don't do just bring people in the business to get them to move. No. We take friendship and loyalty in this business very seriously. And if you really want long-term success, you need to learn how to make friends with your team members. Learn how to make friends with even strangers who eventually become your friends. All right? A few things about friendship. 1, truth in what we say is called sincerity. That's why it's always very important to be sincere about the things we do. Truth in what we say is called sincerity. Truth in what we think is called clear conscience. You only have a clear conscience if what you think about is truth. Truth in what we do is called loyalty. And that's very important in our business. You need to be loyal to New Life. You need to be loyal to your team. You need to be loyal to your spouse if you're married, to your family, to the people in your success line. Loyalty. A very important aspect about the growth of business and friendship is action. Action is the antidote to despair. Also, action is a prescription for success. The same thing, the same word. If you're feeling a sense of despair, take action. Because when you're taking action, you tend to lose focus on what you're feeling desperate about. Action is the antidote to despair. Action is a prescription for success. You need to have loyalty to your goals. That means if you write down the things you want to achieve, you need to look at them every day so that you're loyal to your goals. That means you take action so that you achieve those goals. Number 2, loyalty to your family. Family is very important. I think there are 3 things that we need to think about this. For example, Betty and I, our priority are the 3 F's: faith, family, finance, in that order. We believe that our loyalty first and foremost is to God. Number 2 is to our family. Number 3 to our team. That is the order of things. Loyalty to your team and then loyalty to Neolife. Now, what is the basis of friendship? What are the 3 elements that will help you to build solid friendship in your team and business? Number 1, you need to have common concern. That means you're concerned about the common things. You're concerned about your team, what they're going through, concerned about product supply, concerned about bonuses, concerned about taking steps, concerned about the welfare of your team members. Then mutual interest. Are you interested in the same thing? If you're in the same team, maybe you're not interested in the same thing. But it's important to have mutual interest. For example, I love soccer. I love to watch Barcelona. I love to watch Chelsea or Arsenal, whatever those teams is. Maybe one of my distributors is not interested in football. I need to find out what they're interested in, even if I'm not interested, but I need to make an interest to know what they love. That is what the foundation of friendship. But the last one is virtue. If you have common concern, mutual interest, but there's no virtue, that friendship will break. That friendship will not last. Virtue is integrity of the soul. Virtue is good habits. Virtue is good habits. There are 4 basic habits that we need to develop in life. They are called cardinal. Cardinal comes from the word cardo in Latin, means a hinge. All the other virtues are hinged on these 4 human virtues. 1, prudence. Prudence simply means practical wisdom. 2, justice. Justice means giving everybody what their due is: respect, time, affection. 3 is temperance. Temperance is being able to regulate your emotions, regulate your desires, and all that. And number 4 is fortitude. Fortitude is strength of character. Fortitude is a virtue that helps you to endure through hardship to achieve goals. This business is not easy. It takes time. It builds your strength. And you need fortitude in order to become successful in this business. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the things Betty and I wanted to share with you. First is building basics of our business. That is using the products, sharing the business, sharing the products, and then personal development. Take time to learn to be a better person. And then build friendship. Friendship is what will really the glue that keeps your business together. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you very much for spending this